Hey everyone. Well, I had another lesson with Madeline today, which makes it hard to think about anything else for the rest of the day because there are always these miraculously eye-opening, mind-opening, heart-opening experiences. And you know, one thing, there's a couple of things kind of kicking around in my mind. One thing that I really, I just want to clock for myself, and I'm, maybe give you the update as far as, how this last performance of mine went. It was a wedding, and I basically kind of your standard wedding gig, but I had a lot of different kinds of content to prepare, and I had several different genres I was trying to balance and see, okay, well, when does it want to be classical? When does it want to lean into jazz? How much am I singing? How much am I just playing? And what I decided, if you've been following these posts, you'll know that I decided a couple days before the gig, I said, I'm done practicing from a place of fear or wanting to get it right or wanting to know that I'm prepared. I'm letting that go completely, and I'm only going to practice from a place of ease and release and all the things I'm learning from Madeline. I'm going to make that the only thing that I do, and sort of trust that everything else is going to work out. And so my sort of takeaway was that when I got to that wedding, I knew that what I was going to do was going to be easy. I knew that whatever happened, I was going to relax and lean into it and roll with it. And I honestly felt, if I do say so, that I had a really good instinct for just taking the vibe of the room right where it needed to be. I had a set list, but I also deviated from it. I just kind of steered the ship in the direction that it felt like the room needed to go. And I got a lot of comments to that effect, that it just felt like I was creating a great emotional atmosphere in the room. And that was really the sense that I had. It was really kind of palpable, which was a cool thing to feel because it was kind of what I was hoping for. It's, of course, what you would hope for on a gig like that. And I'm convinced that my approach is what did it. I'm convinced that it's because I decided I'm just going to stay in this place of ease. And no matter what, I'm not going to ever make it about getting the music right. I'm only going to make it about how can I serve this couple, these people, and do what I want to do. Allow the piano to express what's really coming out of me. One thought that has come up since then, Madeline posted something on Facebook, which was just beautiful. It's a speech by Karl Paulnack, I believe is his name. I think he's the director of piano at Ithaca College, and this is a speech, I believe, from many years ago. But he talks about music as, he goes back to the Greek perspective on music, in which music and astronomy were two sides of the same coin. Astronomy was the observation of the universe in the exterior world. It was the knowing, the knowledge discipline for the cosmos in the exterior. And music, for the Greeks, was the knowledge discipline of the interior, of the cosmos of the interior. So they talked about, it was explicitly, music was about the arrangement of invisible internal things. If astronomy is the study of visible external things, music is the study of invisible internal things. In that sense, it was considered a science. It wasn't strictly considered an art. It was considered a science. And what I find so inspiring about this is because if music is discovering the principles of internal logic and also expressing the realities we find there. What an incredible act of service. You know, there's something about that that just brings me to a place where I feel I've talked about in the past, in my teaching, I'm never nervous. Because in my teaching, I'm completely always just there for the other person. I'm strictly in service. But when I perform, the ego can get activated, and the ego can start to think, I want to perform well. I want to know the music. I want to look good. I want to shine, right? The ego can get involved in performance and really derail what the whole process is about. And it can actually, in some ways, this speech by Karl Paulnack is such a beautiful expression of why music is a service. It's like, because what he talks about is music for the Greeks performed a very similar function to what physicians performed and perform for us. Music is how we know where our center is. Music is the arrangement of this internal system, this internal beautiful universe, the cosmos of our interior. And he talks in his speech, which I won't quote at length, but he talks about, one day someone's going to come, in the same way that a patient might bring to the doctor a body that's full of pain and ailment and in need of healing. In the same way, someday an audience member might bring to the concert an interior world, a mind that's in disarray, a state of chaos and pain. And how they leave the concert will in large part be due to how we perform our craft as musicians. What an incredible thing to feel. And what an incredible role to be able to play in service. Like I said, I'm always trying to find ways of making very conscious for myself how this is a service, because those ways in which I'm aware of being in service, even as I do something which is just fun. It's just what I love to do. I just love to make these sounds. I just love to play the piano. So I'd like to find ways, okay, this is how I can consciously be aware of being in service, because then it can take me out of that stuckness of thinking that this is all about getting the performance right, or getting making the effect about something that my ego is trying to accomplish, as opposed to something that the universe, the world, other people are in need of. So that was just a beautiful sentiment to hear expressed in that way, and it just inspires me to keep going, to go even deeper, to learn more music, to become even more capable of channeling that interior cosmos, the logic and the elegance of that interior cosmos through my body, through my instrument, through my ears, through my heart, so that it can help to heal people. Understanding how we are in service is a big part of being able to remain there and stay there even when, it gets challenging. You know, even when I do have a difficult piece to learn, even when I do have technical things that I'm wrestling with, how to stay in that place of service and remember that that's what it's about, not get caught in the ego's issues as we continue to evolve ourselves. So, huge shout out to Karl Paulnack. That was a massive revelation. I'll post that on my channel as well, and you'll see. It's a beautiful speech. So. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate you, as always. So important to me. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.